Hey guys, don't go anywhere because by design this is probably the very first and only time you'll be seeing this video. This video is going to be intended to be shown to unique new users to my channel. So again, don't go anywhere because if you click away, you're not going to be able to get back here unless you mark it under watch later. So this is going to be the 13th year of the Matt Hunts Boston YouTube channel. It's 2025, actually July 2025. I actually started the channel, I believe, January of 2012. My name's Matt, and just to kind of give you a little idea of my background, I started this channel about 4 months after my wife passed away. After we got married, she had breast cancer. So I actually started this channel about 4 months later. And I've just been kind of sticking with it through the years, very casually at times and a little more hardcore at others. So I cover a lot of topics because there's no way I'm going to be doing the same topic year after year after year. That would be so boring. I don't know how people pick some sort of niche and then just go with that one topic for years and years and years. I would get really bored. Yeah, who knows? So I do cover a lot of topics. So to give you a little of my background, I do have a photography, videography background. I went to the University of Massachusetts for that. Always wanted to get into movie making. I did a lot of short films through my college years. Just obviously didn't go with that, just due to life circumstances. I got into hunting around 2016. I went through hunter education, took firearm safety classes, licensing, got my trapping license, problem animal control license, pretty much all that. So hunting is one of the topics we cover on this channel. And if you're wondering if I didn't start hunting till 2016, how this channel is Matt Hunts Boston from 2012. Channel name change. That was an Instagram handle I had when I started hunting, so that carried over to YouTube. So I do cover hunting, and every harvest season, I'll call it, October, November, December, I'm out there working really hard. Have a lot of great guys in my circle that help out a lot and contribute towards my knowledge base. And yeah, we grind really hard to fill the freezer for the rest of the year. With that being said, no, I don't rely on hunting to live my life in full, but it is a nice little extra something, and it can get you through some tough times. If you're running low on cash one day or 1 week, you always got something in the freezer. And yeah, so hunting is one of the topics. I have my entire life been super into flying and aviation. I wanted to join the Navy. I'm a product of the 80s and the 90s, and Top Gun was one of my favorite movies. So of course I wanted to be a naval aviator. I am colorblind, so I didn't pan out for me. Got rejected by the U.S. Navy Academy fairly early on in my life. And with that being said, from a very young age, really 7th grade, I was kind of like a child prodigy when it came to computers. I was super into flight simulators. I actually started off with like Falcon 3.0, U.S. Navy Fighters, U.S. Navy Fighters 97, ATF, which is Advanced Tactical Fighters, U.S. NATO Fighters. All sorts of flight simulators. Falcon 4.0, eventually moved on to DCS and Falcon BMS. So I do play those on my channel as well. That's another facet to my channel. I did give flight school a couple of tries through my life. 2012, 2013 range, took lessons. and like 2022 took lessons. Flying is tough, especially if you're not going to do it for a living. It's a very, very, very tough casual hobby to maintain. Hundreds of dollars an hour, plus health requirements, which as I get older, it's hard to keep up, and hard to pass these health requirements. But I do like it, and regardless of whether I'm actually ever able to get my own license, I do like to go up when I can. So I'd like to get up at least a few times, every year, hopefully, for the rest of my life. We'll see how that goes, but aviation is a big part of my channel. And other than that, being a product of the 80s and 90s, I was a big NES kid back in the day. My first game console was the Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Mario Brothers. I'm still super into that stuff, so retro gaming is a focus on my channel, along with just general PC gaming. Sometimes you see some goofy games like Goat Simulator. I'm going to be getting Roller Coaster Tycoon again, because I used to play that back in the day, and that was awesome. And yeah, so that's pretty much that. I'm also huge into stocks. And I actually got into stocks in high school. I took a class and we played with fake money on a stock simulator back in the day. And I also kind of delved into it in college, and my father-in-law got me super into it. However, I never had a consistent mentor, so it was a lot of trial and error on my part. And I had some good times through the years and some bad times. And to be honest, even though I got interested in stocks in like 1999, probably wasn't until 2019, 2020 before I figured out how to mitigate risk and keep my head above water consistently. So with that being said, I'm super into stocks, and I'm super into being that mentor that I did not have for other people. So with that being said, stocks play a huge role in my page. I am not a financial advisor, be warned. Do not take my word as advice. I definitely give my opinion, but at the end of the day, if you put money in the stock market, you can lose it all. So just beware. Don't come at me with, oh, I lost you this much money. But I will, be posting, information regarding stocks and, just what works for me. Just because it works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So anyway, that's pretty much it. So again, just to kind of recap, I cover hunting, which also covers archery and firearms, and also gaming, retro gaming, aviation, flight simulators, and stocks, and more. I come from a videography background, so, there's just going out and about videos. I have like video I took of a solar eclipse with a solar filter, and fireworks that are awesome, that sort of stuff. So just like some fun stuff. So that being said, how do you access all these videos? Well, to start, you can just search on YouTube. I'm going to basically tell you, right on YouTube, you can type in hashtag Matt Hunts Boston hunting, hashtag Matt Hunts Boston gun range, hashtag Matt Hunts Boston archery, hashtag Matt Hunts Boston gaming, hashtag Matt Hunts Boston aviation, hashtags Matt Hunts Boston retro gaming, hashtag Matt Hunts Boston flight sims, F-18, F-14, F-16, F-15, anything I would fly in a flight simulator, it's all out there. Matt Hunts Boston stocks. You could even type in hashtag famous Massachusetts hunter, and you'll find some of my videos, guaranteed. Hopefully guaranteed, because I can't control YouTube's algorithm, but established enough that you will find me on there. Pretty guaranteed. 90%. Other than that, my front page, you know, the way it's set up 13 years in is, you know, the first couple of rows are playlists that are mobile phone oriented. So like TikTok style swiping, you know, YouTube short style swiping. So there's categories dedicated to hunting, shooting, archery. I should mention that I did become a certified hunter ed and firearm safety instructor in 2017. That was a part of my education getting into hunting. I went pretty far with it. So we got, let's see, hunting, shooting, archery, flight simulators, aviation, some of my videos I've taken up in a plane for real. Photo, video stuff, gaming, retro gaming, that sort of stuff. Further down the page, you'll find some popular videos, my latest videos, just to kind of see what I'm up to, and then a couple categories that are like outdoor playlist related. So again, hunting, maybe GoPro style hunts, archery videos, gun range videos, gaming, long form, retro gaming, streaming, that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's my front page. And again, this is the first and only time you'll be seeing this video, because by design, this will be shown to brand new, unique viewers. So I hope you can stick with me and give me a subscription, because it really helps me in the long run. I'm approaching 1,500 subscribers over 13 years. Again, I've taken this channel very casually at some times, a little more seriously at others, but ultimately, you know, it would be good to get a little more established and make this all worth it somehow, just to do better things. So instead of flying Cessnas, one life goal of mine is getting up in an actual jet. Those things run like $1,500 to $3,000 an hour, but I'd love to do that as a bucket list item. Just do cooler things. I do a lot of hunting in New England, and I'd love to travel more and, you know, maybe get out west and do some like cool hunts, like elk hunts. And Florida, I've always wanted to go out for like an alligator hunt. You know, I got family down there, but you can only go so far in life. So yeah, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed and stuck around for what became a over 13-minute video. This was going to be a 30-60 second thing, but you know, there's just a lot to it. So yeah, this again is Matt Hunts Boston. I am Matt, and I hope you can stick with me, throw a subscribe, throw a like to this video. And yeah, again, end of the day, I'm looking for other aviators, archers, hunters, gamers, retro gamers, flight simmers, and stock investors, because I don't know everything, but I do know people within these individual fields that are great. So I imagine if you're watching this, that you probably have expertise in one of those fields, and your presence and your opinion is super valuable to me. And I'd love to just kind of build a community of just awesome people, you know, just well-rounded aviator, gamer, hunter, retro gaming, archers, you know, all these people just coming together, all these awesome people. And then we can just kind of tackle the zombie apocalypse pretty well. Now, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but I'm sweating right now because it is like 98 degrees, probably fast approaching 120 in the car, because my windows aren't open. But yeah, thanks again, and hit that subscribe. Again, this is Matt from Matt Hunts Boston, signing off. Thanks.